John told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. That's why I have so many cases. Most of the world is a racist. That just leads to become a racist. You used to make us work on a slave ship, but now you got us slaving on a day ship. We started picking cotton at the master's house, the little baby picking boxes in the warehouse. They got you thinking small, man, you never get bigger. You call them Uncle Tom, we call them house niggas. You ain't crumbs from the master's tables begging for more. Now you buying that poison in our neighborhood store. John told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. That's why I have so many cases. Most of the world is a racist. That just leads to become a racist. We used to own our land full of milk and honey. Now we're in a foreign land full of hate and money. Used to have visions to be kings and queens. Now my people only see make pipes in their dreams. We were chained and beat, we were chained and drugged, but now we're chained up with dope cases and drugs. Remember 3 white supremacists on the attack. They took the Texas James Bird Jr. hate crime back. John told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. That's why I have so many cases. Most of the world is a racist. That just leads to become a racist. You ain't the activist cause you got me bit. Why you murder prophets who the most high sent? You murdered our sons, invaded our homes, and because I'm brown, you stole the land we own. You pollute our community so we'll all die slow. You poison our food so sperm cells won't grow. You stuck with that smile and your evil laugh to you racist motherfuckers with a gun and a badge. John told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. That's why I have so many cases. Most of the world is a racist. That just leads to become a racist. Every time I hear a brother murdered by authorities, I wanna load up and venture on a hunting spree. I wanna steam 3 Ks like a bumblebee. Make the rifle go chopping their communities. Giving you mercy, cause murder is sin. So be glad that the Bible say forgive all men. You hear the trumpets blow and attack will begin. A time is coming, you be serving us in the end. John told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. That's why I have so many cases. Most of the world is a racist. That just leads to become a racist. You used to make us work on a slave ship, but now you got us slaving on a day ship. We started picking cotton at the master's house, the little baby picking boxes in the warehouse. They got you thinking small, man, you never get bigger. You call them Uncle Tom, we call them house niggas. You ain't crumbs from the master's tables begging for more. Now you buying that poison in our neighborhood store. John told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. That's why I have so many cases. Most of the world is a racist. That just me to become a racist. We was on land full of milk and honey. Now we're in a foreign land full of hate and money. Used to have visions to be kings and queens. Now my people only see make pipes in their dreams. We were chained and beat, we were chained and drugged. But now we're chained up with dope cases and drugs. Remember 3 white supremacists on the attack that took the dick for Jamesburg Jr. hate crime back. John told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. That's why I have so many cases. Most of the world is a racist. That just me to become a racist. You ain't the activist cause you got me bit. Why you murder prophets who the most high sent? You murdered our sons, invaded our homes, and because I'm brown, you stole the land we own. You polluted our community, so we'll all die slow. You poison our food, so sperm cells won't grow. You stuck with that smile and your evil laugh. To you racist motherfuckers with a gun and a badge. John told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. That's why I have so many cases.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Activist Show.
Every time I hear a brother murdered by authorities,
We're gonna get down with the nitty gritty. Welcome to my show, the Activist Show. This is not a Bible study. My Bible studies is every Sunday between 11 and 2. And I'm faithful to that schedule. Anywhere between 11 and 2, I have my Bible study. Today is the Activist Show, my podcast. I have many of them on my YouTube channel. Look them up. I'm interviewing all types of people in colleges, bus stops, restaurants, businesses, on the streets, TA, East Lancaster, and homeless people. Y'all all know that show, huh? Got 22 song album. Look, check out my playlist. I got 16 videos, music videos out. Check out my YouTube channel. All right, we're gonna get started. Y'all know what time it is. It is Racist Part 2. We did Racist Part 1, 3 weeks ago, I believe? And we had a magnificent turnout rate. Everybody was participating. I'm excited to see what my comments are gonna be today. I want to appreciate everybody for the negative comments. Ooh, if it wasn't for your negative comments, I would not get better. Please send me negative and positive comments. It don't matter. Just send me comments. I want it all. Hit me with it. Hit me with it. Hit me with it. Yeah, baby. I am the activist. And we talking about racism today. Racist. It still exists. Y'all not going to like me after this. Y'all not going to like me after this show. I'm telling y'all. Y'all didn't like me after the last show. Don't look at me like that. Y'all know how I go, everybody. I'm going to count of 3. I want y'all to say, don't look at me like that. 1, 2, 3. Don't look at me like that. This is The Truth Hurts, the Activist Show, Racist Part 2. Racist Part 1, we was talking about do not trust. Why we trusting the ambulance and these medical, the fire department and all that. In Fort Worth, I'm talking about in Texas. In Texas. The last Racist Part 1, we was talking about trusting the ambulance and the fire departments in Texas, because most of the ambulance and fire departments who work there are white. In this city. And a lot of them are racist because I went through a racist act. I went through a racist energetic, what is the word for it? Experience with them. I mean, it hit me hard. And somebody almost died in the midst of it. So don't look at me like that. I experienced it. I've been around for a while. I know what it is. I know what it means. Racism is someone who is a racist is someone who feels like he is more supreme than the next race. Feel like that he is more powerful, more supreme. He's smarter. He feel like he's better. He feel like he is more control. He feel like he is the master. He feel like he is the boss of the. He feel like he is more. He is the God. He is the God over all races. He feel like he is supreme and he wants to dominate every other race. That's what a racist person is. And don't get it twisted. We always think of a racist person as a white redneck man. We got a lot of racist white people, white women out there too. Racist as hell. Don't trust them. And a lot of them work in the medical fields. Don't look at me like that because there are statistics that show that y'all racist. It shows how y'all act. It shows that y'all discriminate us. It shows why we dying the most. And it's all because we curse. We know that. And that's a biblical thing. But you have to know the Bible to even know the prophecy about why we are cursed. But y'all are part of why we are cursed. And y'all going to have to pay for it too. But anyway, I'm not going to get into the Bible stuff today. Get with my Bible study on Sundays. I'm going to turn up this air down some. Be right back. Okay, so we know what racist means. We know what racism is. A group or organization of racism. You know, people who have started something against another race to bring them down. I'm not trying to go traditional right here today. I'm not trying to be like the preachers in the necktie and the bow tie who are always using God's word in vain. Talking about God this, God that, Jesus this, Jesus that. When his name is Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, which who y'all call Christ. His real Hebrew deep root word is Yahweh Shah. I'm not trying to come at y'all like them. I'm not trying to come at y'all in a churchy way, in a traditional way, in a religious Pharisee, Sadducees way. Coming at y'all real today. Yeah, because I stay right around a lot of racism. You ain't got to know where I stay, but I'm in the middle of nothing but rich white people. And white people are not the only ones that are racist. You got black people who are racist, you got Hispanics who are racist, and you got white people who are the most racist of them all. They are the true devils of them all. But of every race have racists in them. But I can say that the African Americans that y'all call African Americans, the black and brown people, and the Latinos and all that, the Native Americans, we have a reason and a good reason to be racist towards you. Toward racist white people. There are white people out there who have a heart, who wants to do good. Yes, there are. I've met plenty of them. I have plenty of homeboys and homegirls out there who I know who are white, who just treat me like royalty. They know I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about you racist MFs out there. What? Look at me like that? Sick of it. Gonna expose y'all on my channel. You ain't gotta watch it. Turn, man. You ain't gotta watch this. This is real stuff. I'm not trying to get y'all. I'm okay with the 5 viewers I got. Okay, so we're gonna get down to with the nitty gritty. The word AA means, guess what? African American. And we're gonna put. Let's do this. We're not gonna just put AA tonight, okay? Tonight we're gonna put Let's do
He
this.
was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate.
We're gonna put
A cop
AA,
he was a racist. His superiors got me
LA.
on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. That's why I have so many cases.
That's not Los Angeles, okay?
There's a race
And then you got
to become a racist. You used to make us
NA.
work on a slave ship, but now you got us slaving on a day shift. We started picking cotton at the master's house.
Okay.
Little baby picking boxes in the warehouse. They got you thinking small, man. You
So we got African Americans, Latino Americans, and Native Americans, okay? So we're not only talking about African Americans here, who are victims here of being discriminated, and looked down on, okay? But I do know that we have a reason to be racist toward most racist white people. And people who hate us. There are a lot of you Hispanic people and who hate us too. There are a lot of, I can tell, Indians and Chinese people, Asian people, a lot of y'all who are racist toward us too. Y'all think y'all better than us and y'all not. And there are a lot of Uncle Tom, black MFs out there, African Americans out there who are Uncle Tom, who feel like y'all better than us because y'all got more money. Y'all came up with an inheritance or came up working hard and came up with a lot of money. Y'all think y'all better than us too. Y'all not. I'm telling all of y'all, you are not better. You are not supreme being over us. You are not superior over us. You are not my boss, and you are not our master. You are just a human being like us who think that you're more supreme being, and you're not. And if you think that way, you're trash. There's a new nigger song that they got out. A new nigger song. You know, the KKK got a new song lynching niggers and killing niggers and all that. So have y'all heard that song? You need to look up that song and look up the new KKK song, nigger song. I guarantee you it'll pop up. I want y'all to listen to that song. Racism in Texas still exists. Now, I'm not talking about Detroit, Michigan. It exists all over. We know that. But right now, I live in Fort Worth, Funky Town, Texas. And right now, this is where this is where a lot of cowboys, I'm talking about rednecks, roam. And a lot of them hate us. Stop trusting them, thinking that they are for us. They are not. You work for them, they give you a check. A lot of them are not for us. A lot of y'all walking around want to be white and think y'all white. Stop trying to make y'all hair look all straight and fine like white people hair. Stop that, my sisters. A lot of y'all don't look at my channel, but y'all need to. Wear the Afro puffs and all that, man. Y'all beautiful wearing that. Stop trying to stop putting them perms on y'all hair, man. Y'all putting them perms on y'all hair, man. Stop all that. We're going to get down with the nitty gritty. African Americans, Latino Americans, Native Americans face disparities in advanced screening. We're talking about, do African Americans, do AALA and NAs get discriminated from advanced screening? We got people out there dying and dying. I got aunties that have died from cancer. Every single last one of, I got a lot of aunties. I think 4 or 5 of them have passed away on my mom's side. And all of them that have passed away have died from a cancer. We're all dying off of a cancer, y'all. But we're dying at a young age. We're not lasting because we're not getting screened right. We're not getting checked properly. We're trusting doctors, and the doctors that we're trusting are not the ones that we're supposed to be trusting because they are giving us a false diagnosis that is killing us. We're going by these false diagnoses. We're not getting a second opinion. We're not getting a third opinion, not a fourth or a fifth. We're going by the first opinion that says we got 3 months to live. We go by that 3 months to live bullshit. We cry, we sob, we go to our families, oh, I got 3 months to live. Without getting a second opinion, we go by that, get all these chemotherapies and all that, and they kill us. They killing us this way. It's not by the whips enslaving us in the cotton fields no more. They putting chemicals in the air. They putting chemicals in our lotions, in our foods. They're in our water. They're polluting the air, and we're breathing in this stuff. We're eating this stuff. We're rubbing this stuff on our skin, and it's causing us cancer. And a lot of the stuff that we're using, eating, and rubbing on our skin is cheap. It's because we can afford it. And most AAs, LAs, and NAs are the poorest in this nation. You look at me like that, I'm telling the truth. Check it out. Face disparities. AAs, LAs, and NAs, but mainly African Americans face disparities in advanced screening. Disparities in advanced screening due to a complex, a number of things, interplay of systemic racism. I didn't make this up. I researched and came up with the most logical explanation of why we dying the most from cancers and all getting diabetes the most. Why are we getting most of the viruses when it hit? How come we die the most from all these diseases? Why are we number one on the list? Number one, I know because we cursed. Yeah, I know that I can understand because we are the chosen children of the tribe of Judah, of the whole house of Israel. We are of that. Yeah, and we was cursed. I can understand all the curses, the diseases, and the sicknesses that we have to go through. Y'all don't know nothing about that if you don't know the Bible. But I'm not going to get into the Bible right now. I'm going to stick with what we're talking about because it's like, we okay. But y'all have targeted us because of that curse. Y'all have targeted us and to kill us, to destroy us, to wipe us out, so we'll be very few in numbers. And most of us that y'all have targeted are AA men, LA men, and NA men, so that y'all can keep our women and use them as lab rats to make babies. Yeah, man, Donald Trump is on a mission. You better recognize, let's go deeper, okay? We face disparities, disappointments. We're not going to get the best stuff when we go to the doctors. We're out of there. And all you Uncle Tom black people out there who think y'all just because y'all got a little money, think y'all, they still hate y'all. Y'all still ain't shit to them. When they look at y'all, they look at y'all as y'all ancestors. Y'all are slaves to their ancestors. Y'all are sons of slaves. Stop trusting these medical doctors. Stop trusting these advanced. Stop trusting the first diagnosis that you get. We're going to go deeper into that. Implicit bias. Okay, let's start with systemic racism, implicit bias from healthcare. Just healthcare is too high. Socioeconomic barriers and medical mistrust. I don't even know what that means. I looked it up, but it's they try to use these big words, and it really means just they hate us. So we got medical mistrust. So a lot of AAs, LAs, NAs don't trust the medical department. So we don't go to the doctors. So here's the problem right here. A lot of times, why are we trusting the doctors so much? Why every time we get a cough, we want to run to the doctors? I'm talking about here for these doctors and all around, these doctors and a lot of these black doctors out here are Uncle Tom. Don't trust them either. Research them. Study them. Find out where they came from. Find out their history. Want me to tell you why? It's a serious thing because we're out here dying like flies, y'all. And the doctors we go to is giving us 3 months to live. They're giving us 2 months to live, 1 month to live, and a week. And every time we go, we got cancer. Somewhere, somehow, on to where they polluting. They're doing something, and we're getting this stuff, and it's causing the darker race to be affected by the evil that's going on in this world. Okay, we got 10 things that we're gonna go over. Okay, we got access to care. We're gonna go over access to care. Okay, stop trusting these doctors so much. Get you a private doctor and research that private doctor. Let's check our doctors. Most of them are going to be Asians, white, and other races, I'm telling you. And the black ones, search them too, because a lot of them have taken oath. They have taken oath to obey their rules and their laws, okay? And so they can keep their money going and keep them yachts and their vacations and their families well off. They're going to make sure they keep that oath. So they're going to go by the criteria and the rules of the regulations of that hospital or whatever that practice, okay? They're not going to disobey that rule. They're not going to jeopardize their job for you. They're going to prescribe you the medicine that the city, that the rules, that the board told them that they have to subscribe to you. It's a lot of new medicines that they put out there that they're getting, that they have scientists that they have studied and used us as lab rats and all that, and they're testing us with these medicines. I know, because I have a loved one that's getting this medicine, different types of medicine, as a diabetic, and it's making her act differently. One day she acts like this, and one day she acts like that. This dear friend of mine, one day she's happy, one day she's moody. One day she's sick, one day she's not sick. How are you going to get medicine to make you supposed to help you to heal, but it also makes you sick? And it disturbs her mind to where it seems like she's going crazy sometimes. And I'm telling you, they switch medicine on you without your permission, and they just give it to you and say, hey, we switch. Why are you switching medicines? If this one was working, why do we switch medicines every month? Those of y'all who are diabetics and cancer patients, and respiratory problems and all that, and you be going to the doctors, and you have to go to the doctor frequently, and they keep switching your medicines, ask them why you keep switching. And if they can't give you a good enough logical explanation, tell them to stop, give you the medicine that you had that made you feel right, and it also was treating you the right way. Y'all think this is a joke. This ain't no joke until you get sick and go to the hospital, and then they give you a false diagnosis and your ass got 3 months to live. You ain't gonna think this is a joke then, right? Until one of your loved ones get caught up in this mess and only got 2 weeks to live. They're doing this by the numbers. They're doing this like it was drinking water. I'm telling y'all, stop trusting them. Stop going to them so much. Let's start researching our own shit. And let's start taking natural stuff. Let's start eating natural stuff, foods and stuff. So let's come together and do that. They do not want us to do that so they can keep making their money. Okay, let's go to number 1, access to care. AA, LA, and NAs. Access to care, okay? All right, we're going to look up that. And we're going to see what access to care is talking about, because it's like, okay, I got the picture right here. All right, here we go. All right. Okay, access to care. The AAs and the LAs and NAs, mainly the AAs is what I looked up, okay? And the LAs is right behind the AAs. Y'all get treated worse than next. After the AAs, the NAs, the Native Americans, y'all right after the LAs of getting treated, discriminated, you know what I mean, mistreated and all that. Next on the list. You're third on the list. Stop going around thinking y'all white. And just start understanding that, hey, There's discrimination against us. That's why come we have the most, we're dying the most here. We have more sicknesses. We get, when the virus hit, look it up, we die the most. Yeah, it's a reason for that. It's the reason why Donald Trump is trying to stop EBT. They're all white and rich. They don't know, they're all white and rich. They don't know shit about EBT. A struggle. They don't know nothing about a struggle. I'm talking about a real struggle. Not a struggle of you lost them, you went bankrupt and your rich dad saved your ass. I'm not talking about that kind of struggle. I'm talking about born with a rusty spoon in your mouth and dying with a rusty spoon in your mouth. Access to care, okay? Disparities often stem from differences in access to health insurance. A consequence of socio-economic inequalities, this may be compounded by living in areas with a lack of medical specialists and inadequate transportation options. So disparities stem from differences in access to health insurance. We're not getting that. It's a consequence of socio-economic inequalities. They make us lower than the next race. Is we're not quality. We're not on that. They don't put us on that level. When we try to get insurance, it's so high, the good insurance, that we are forced, because of what we make in our earnings, we're forced to get cheaper insurance or no insurance at all. Because if you add up our budget, after we pay our rent, electric, water bill, rent, and car insurance, rent, water bill, electric, that those four alone, we're broke. And they want us to pay a health insurance bill? Man, get out of here with that. Y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all know exactly why y'all got to make it so high. Why won't y'all make a law to where you have to bring down health insurance so people like us can afford it, so that we can get good quality medical assistance? Why won't y'all make laws like that? Because y'all racist. Because y'all hateful. Y'all hate us and y'all against us. Y'all want us to die like flies. It shows it. Tell me why. Send me a comment. Because y'all don't got an answer. Because you're only for the rich. You're greedy. And you need to be exposed. With living in areas with a lack of medical specialists. Eastwood, Stop 6, we ain't got a lot of medical specialists there. We got a lot of medical facilities, JPS clinics, but are the specialists there? No. We're having a stroke or heart attack, that clinic can't do nothing. And I'm going to get into that a little later. Check this out. We're going to go to economic factors. What are the economic factors when it comes to AA, LA, and NA? Poverty and associated stressors mean African Americans, AA, may have to choose between paying bills, affording co-pays, or purchasing medication, that means buying medication, making preventative care a low priority. Buying your own medication, some aspirin, some Tylenols over the counter, you know what I mean? So that we can prevent from paying health care bills and the prescriptions. So we got to choose between, and they got it set up like this, y'all. Why is it like that then? Why are you catering to because who are the most poor? Which race is more poor in this country? Who is the most poorest race in this country? The African Americans. Then the LAs and then the NAs. How come they got it set up to where we can't afford it? Or if we're not making this amount, if we're only making $20 an hour, how come we can't afford the good insurance? Because they don't care about if we die or not. They're racist. Prejudice, they're discriminating against us, and they need to be exposed. We got to choose between paying bills or get health insurance. Once we pay all of our bills, we might got $50 left. We want to go get a bottle, drink, or have some fun, go play some pool, or go out, go see a movie, or do something. Some of y'all who are religious and go to church a lot, y'all ain't got enough to pay y'all tithes and offering after y'all pay all y'all bills. We don't even have enough to go and enjoy ourselves. But y'all rich got so much left over off our hard work, of our hard labor and slavemanship. Y'all got 100 times something left over, more than enough to go and take 30,000 vacations without a mark on your money. But you want to make it so high where the AAs can't afford it because you don't care about us. You hate us, y'all racist. Don't trust the medical doctors. Don't trust these nurses. Don't trust doctors. A second opinion. Go by the first diagnosis. What's wrong with y'all? Why are you going? Why? Just because this man tell you and show you this from a computer and say, hey, you're about to die in 3 months. Or you got a knot right here on your left side when you thought the knot was on your right side. You got one. Now he's saying you got one on your left side. How do you know that's true just because he showed you that X-ray? How do you know that's true? You don't even know how to read an X-ray. Have you ever been to school to read an X-ray? How do you know they just ain't seeing something that's not there and they're just telling you that just so they can get money from you going through? I want to look up how much money do they get out for every patient who have to go through chemotherapy. It got to be a certain amount of money that the hospital is getting, that doctor is getting, that private. Something tell me I'm ignorant to that fact. Somebody send me a comment and help me. What are they getting for advanced screening? What are they getting? How much money do they get off of each patient that have to go through chemotherapy? Because they still trying to get everybody to go through chemotherapy. They don't want nobody taking nothing natural. And I'm talking about mostly black and brown people. I see us dying out there. Y'all dying, we dying. Insurance restrictions. Let's go through that. Insurance restrictions. Insurance, this is what we got to go through, AA, LAs, and NAs. Insurance and regulatory constraints can limit the type of treatments or screening covered and cause delays in approval, even for recommended. Oh my God, hold on. It says insurance and regulatory constraints can limit. So that means that if you ain't got the right insurance, if you just had, I don't know, something happening to your body to where your insurance won't cover it and you had to have surgery. But your insurance won't cover the kind of surgery that you have to save your life. So they're saying it can cause, insurance restrictions can cause delays in being approved to go ahead and do that surgery on you. They will look at your insurance. It don't matter if you dying or not, African Americans. It don't matter if you dying or not, Latino Americans and NAs Americans. It don't matter if you're about to die. They're going to look, before they start operating, before that doctor put on his mask with his evil ass, and they go around and say, oh, I'm doing my job. You shouldn't even work for, if a hospital got rules like that, y'all should go on strike and don't even work for them no more. Just go into your own practice. That is an evil act. To where a baby is dying, and if that baby, remember John Q? Yeah, if that baby is dying, right there, they're going to get on that computer and look to see what kind of insurance you got before they start to save your life. What is that? But according to research, if more African Americans go through disparities like that than white patients, their lives are saved more. Okay, now, insurance restrictions. We have to get better insurance, y'all, because they're not going to treat us. They're not going to give us what we're supposed to have. They're not going to give us the things we need to save our lives when it comes to emergencies and our health. Wow, insurance. Man, I'm telling you, stop trusting them. Racism in Texas still exists. I go to the hospital, man, you might got one doctor that's real friendly and to give you what you ask for. And most of the medicine is synthetic. It is not the original organic medicine. And you're going to get that medicine in a lot of these county hospitals. They hurry up and get you the hell up out of there, and they can't wait to give you the medicine you need, and the pharmacists ain't no better than them because they know that you're getting some BS medicine. A lot of these medicines is making us sick. We need to start researching. I got to get better at it myself. Start researching and find out how we can eat organic stuff and take organic medicines, foods, eat organic foods, drink organic juices that will help us heal, like antibiotics. And I'm allergic to antibiotics. I can't take penicillin. It has to be an antibiotic without the penicillin. They're making billions off these medicines. We can't wait to run to the doctor. I can't either sometimes. My allergies be messing with me. But I got to get out of that rut because a lot of them are racist. They are giving us stuff that's causing our bodies to react to something that don't belong in our bodies. They're giving us stuff that's causing cancers. They're giving us diagnosis and saying that we're going to die. And a lot of these diagnoses are false. Don't believe them. Don't trust them. Research all of that. Get a second, third, and if you have to, get a fourth and fifth opinion. We're going to take a break right after this.
John told me he was a racist. Hey, his superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. Hey, his superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. Hey, that's why I have so many cases. Most of the world is a racist. Hey, that pushed me to become a racist. You used to make us work on a slave ship, but now you got us slaving on a day shift. We started picking cotton at the master's house. The little baby picking boxes in the warehouse. We got you thinking small, man. You never get bigger. You call them Uncle Tom. We call them house niggas. You ain't crumbs from the master's tables begging for more. Now you buying that poison in our neighborhood store. John told me he was a racist. Hey, his superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. Hey, His superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. Hey, that's why I have so many cases. Most of the world is a racist. Hey, that pushed me to become a racist. We used to own our land full of milk and honey. Now we're in a foreign land full of hate and money. Used to have visions to be kings and queens. Now my people only see men pipes in their dreams. We were chained and beat, we were chained and drugged. But now we're chained up with dope cases and drugs. Remember 3 white supremacists on the attack that took the tip of Jamesburg Jr. hate crime back. John told me he was a racist. Hey, his superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. Hey, his superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. Hey, that's why I have so many cases. Most of the world is a racist. Hey, that pushed me to become a racist. You ain't the activist cause you got me bit. Why you murder prophets who the most high sent? You murdered our sons, invaded our homes, and because I'm brown, you stole the land we own. You polluted our community, so we'll all die soon.
Okay, here we go.
So sperm cells won't grow. You stuck with that smile and your evil laugh. To you racist motherfuckers with a gun and a badge. John told me he was a racist. Hey, his superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. Hey,
we left off with insurance restrictions. Let's go to historical oppression. According to research, long historical oppression, meaning that back in the past, how we was oppressed. Long-term societal and environmental deprivation influences the community psyche, potentially decreasing the motivation to be proactive about health. Boy, that's deep. Then we got implicit bias. Some healthcare providers have been found to hold negative stereotypes about black patients. Y'all know how they do. Viewing them as less likely to adhere to medical advice or less intelligent. Yeah, I know one medical, I went to the doctor and, I had broke out from I think it was a bee sting or a wasp sting. Then they gave me some antibiotics with penicillin in it, and I broke out from that all over my fingers, my mouth, all in my private part. And he said I had herpes because I broke out in my private part. Soon as I walked in there, was this big, tall, 6 foot something white man. He had another assistant with him. I guess he was training him. He didn't give me he didn't check me, give me an x-ray or take my blood or sample of it and test it to see what it was, to see why I broke out like that, anything. Soon as he told me to drop my pants to look, he said, you got herpes. He said, I ain't got to search or test. I already know you got herpes. He already judged me because I was a black man. And immediately he wrote a prescription, got the prescription, wrote out, typed up or whatever, printed out. They gave it to me and sent me on my way and gave me herpes pills. I didn't take not one of them. Got a second diagnosis. They said I didn't have nothing. Took my blood, sent it back, said you ain't got no herpes. He said you have an allergic reaction off of some penicillin. Didn't even give me a chance. Didn't even check me. I already just said you got herpes because black men always trying to have sex. They think they're the god of sex. All that probably was going through his head when he seen me. You're a dirty nigger. No telling what he was saying. I wish I could have met him again. I never could. I went back to that hospital. I never seen him again. But it wasn't for that. I have very bad allergies. But that's what That's what implicit bias is saying. Okay? It's like, what's the word? Are you unconsciously biased? Meaning that you judge somebody before you even know how they are. You're already saying they're this when you don't know. Already putting down the next race because you think you're more superior and smarter and more brighter. You're not. You're just as ignorant, dumb, and you bleed just like us. You're just as stupid and foolish as the next man. You're a dummy to even think you're more supreme and more superior than the next race in the first place. You need to be slapped. You really do. For all you racist MFs out there, yeah. Y'all, the ones who hate us. And for you doctors, I wish y'all could hear me right now. I hope some of y'all are listening right now. Y'all should be ashamed of y'all self because y'all know what's going on. And y'all still treat emergency patients, mainly the AAs, LAs, and NAs, like lab rats. When we go in there, y'all give us medicines that y'all have not tried on the rich white people. Clinical decision making. Physicians' discretion plays a role with some studies showing white patients are more likely to receive diagnostic imaging or be offered a choice of advanced screen treatments compared to black patients, even when clinically appropriate. Even in a clinic, they are offered that than black or brown patients. Racism still exists in Texas and all over the country, all over this world. They are against us. They hate us. They want to kill us. Stop trusting these doctors. Stop trusting me. When you go up there, they're going to smile and say, hey, how you doing? Yes, yes. Oh, we're going to, and a lot of them are good people, good-hearted people, good-hearted. But still have evil intentions. Ooh. Meaning that they know that the doctor that they're going to send us to, they already know that the doctor is not going to be for us. Why would you even want to work for that hospital or that doctor? They're going to smile in our faces. Don't trust that smile. The doctor is going to come in and say, hey, how you doing? And he's going to touch you like he cares. He's going to touch you just like he cares. But I'm here to tell you that's fake. Most of that is fake. 99% of that is fake. Why? How do I know? Because statistics study shows it's facts. I've looked it up. I've taught it. It's all on my shows that most of us are dying from false diagnosis. Why are they giving us false diagnosis? Why they are not saying, let's get a second opinion? Here's Dr. So-and-so. Why are they the only ones giving us that opinion? How come they're not going to the doctor next door to them and say, let's get an opinion from Dr. Sarah here? How come they're not saying, let's go to the commissioner of the hospital and see if he knows a doctor that can give you opinion? Why are they the only ones that are allowed to give us opinion in that hospital? Anytime it's dealing with a life and death situation, it should not be left up to one doctor to say that you're going to die in 3 months. It should be 3, 4, even 10 opinions. What in the hell is wrong with you? Don't look at me like that. Instead, y'all discourage us and say, you don't need to go to I'm telling you, this is what this is. You should be encouraging us to get 5 or 6 more diagnoses to make sure that you won't die in 2 weeks. Stop trusting what the doctors say on that first diagnosis. What's wrong with y'all trusting these people like that? They don't give a damn about us. They are making a lot of money off of giving us chemotherapy and all that bullshit. What's wrong with y'all? Stop trusting these doctors so much, man. Clinical decision making. Bullshit. We got poor communication. What are they talking about poor communication? Let's see. Clinicians, whatever the hell that is, clinicians with poor communication skills who use medical jargon. What is a clinician? What the fuck? What the hell? Excuse me. That means people that work in a clinic that ain't really got a lot of practice in the medical field. Clinicians with poor communication skills mean that they don't know how to communicate with us. We talking about AAs here now. LAs and NAs. Who use medical jargon, whatever the hell is jargon. Somebody look up jargon and tell me what that means. Medical jargon or dismissive of patient input can hinder shared decision making and patient engagement with care. They make it to where, that's what I'm talking about. They're not going to get a shared decision. They're going to give you their decision, and that's what they say, and that's the diagnosis you should go by. That's what they want you to go by. You should get 5 different opinions. Stop trusting your private doctor too. Do you go out there? Have your private doctor ever invited you to their home just because they smile at you and give you the Vicodin and the muscle relaxers you want? Now you trust your doctor, huh? Stop trusting them too. They smiling in your face because they want your money, because they want you to keep going to them. Some of them maybe have a good heart. I don't know. But I know we're dying like a mug. We're dying like flies. We got the high percentage in cancers, diabetes. I can keep going. Every virus that hit, we died the most. Look up the COVID and ask which race died the most out of COVID? COVID-19. African Americans, then the Latino Americans, then the Native Americans. The virus before that, we died the most. The virus before that, we died the most. The virus before that, we died the most. Why? Because when we go to the doctor, when we go to the hospital, they're not giving us the right screening. They're giving us bullshit screening. They're not giving us the advanced medicines. They're giving us the synthetic shit. Look at me like that. Percentages, statistics show that they're racist. They're prejudiced against our kind. They hate us. Why? Because we are a very powerful race. We're special people, and they don't want us here. Because our ancestors were slaves in this country, and it's a spit in their face when they look at us. You rich people. So when we go to the doctor, y'all don't give a damn about what kind of medicine y'all give us. Y'all give us the lowest of the lowest. We have so many disparities when it comes to us being treated fairly in the medical department. They don't want to communicate with us. Poor communication. They don't tell us stuff that we need to know to help us survive through these things, these sicknesses, and bad health things that we're going through. They don't communicate with us. So poor communication, lack of the diversity. Let's see what lack of diversity says. A scarcity of black medical practitioners, meaning there's not a lot of black doctors, may also discourage black patients. We don't want to go because we only going to see white doctors there and Asians and other races that don't even name from this country, Indians. A lot of black and Latinos don't go because of that. There's not a lot of Hispanic and black doctors. Not in this country, it's not. From seeking care or complying with recommendations. A lot of y'all, us African Americans, don't want to comply with what the doctors say because we don't believe them. A lot of us don't trust them because we know they're full of deep. You give us a prescription and walk off knowing that you gave us poison. And we run to the doctor real fast because we don't know what to do. We don't know what to take. So we don't know what to do and know what to take. Let's get on their ass. Yeah. Let's put a foot in their ass. Stop going to them when we don't have to. Make sure it's a real strict emergency. And when we go, let's check them. Let's research them. Let's ask so many questions. And let's many of us do that. And let them feel the effect and the power of the AA, the LA, and the NAs. Medical lack of diversity. Okay. Yeah, we got that. Number 9, and we got 10, that's the last one. Medical mistrust. What does medical mistrust say? Medical mistrust, a history, let's see. A history of discrimination, a history, meaning back in the 1800s, a history of discrimination and mistreatment by the medical establishment, e.g. the Tuskegee syphilis study. Ooh, syphilis. Remember when they gave us syphilis? They put that out. Don't you tell me racism don't exist. It ain't syphilis now, it's diabetes and all that other shit that they've been trying to feed us and give us so they can wipe us out. And they're using the medical fields to kill us. So don't trust the medical field. Stop trusting them. Those of y'all who trust the medical fields is a fool. You forgot about the syphilis. That's why they made a department called the Tuskegee Syphilis Study. Who made the syphilis? White scientists. They're still inventing stuff right now today that's making us sick. And a lot of this is cancers. Y'all better recognize and wake up and smell the coffee. Y'all better smell the Colombian coffee and recognize what I'm trying to tell y'all. Stop trusting the hospital so much. Stop trusting your private doctor so much. Stop trusting your hospital doctor so much. Stop trusting all these ambulances and fire departments. Don't trust them all the way. Don't give them your full trust. Research them. Know what you're taking, whatever they're giving you. Research what you're taking. Don't let them give you anything at that moment. Look at what they're giving you when they're trying to give you something right at that moment. Look at it and say, what is that? Read it first. I do it now. I do it all the time. Because if you don't, you headed for something that you don't know what you're going to get into. They're feeding us syphilis in a whole different way now. It's a modern way they're feeding us syphilis, y'all. You better recognize it. Stop trusting them all the way. Racism still exists. Racist part 2. Here we go. We're down to the nitty-gritty now. Medical mistrust contributes to higher levels of mistrust among some African Americans. Yeah, syphilis made us don't trust y'all. Y'all evil. Y'all evil. You sick. For many, many years, you've been trying to wipe us out. It ain't going to work because according to prophecy, you've been trying to break the prophecy for so many years. It ain't going to break. For many, many centuries, decades and centuries, you've been trying to wipe us out by polluting our air, poisoning our foods, all of that, trying to give us all these diseases, and we still keep living. We still keep going. You ain't going to be able to do it because the Most High got us here. You're going to pay for everything you've done. And that you're doing. Look at me like that. I'm not scared of you. You make me sick. Fear of diagnosis. What is that? What is that? What is that word? Fear of diagnosis. Yeah, we are scared of diagnosis. Stigma. Some individuals may delay seeking care due to a fear of receiving a serious diagnosis. Yeah, we're scared we're going to go and y'all going to tell us we got 1 week to live. We scared of that because y'all be lying. Y'all giving us false diagnosis. So instead of we rather just get sick and just go and die naturally without hearing your BS. You'll give us a false diagnosis so we can get treated with chemotherapy. And then you're going to get more money. That's what you're doing. Don't let them do that. Get a third, fourth, and fifth opinion. And if that third, fourth, and fifth opinion outweighs that first one, you know they lied or that was false. If it don't outweigh, you know what to do next. But don't be a fool and go by what they say only. You might want to get 10 diagnoses, 10 opinions. I'm telling y'all, fight fire with fire. Fight back. Don't let them just give you any answer I'm telling you, that's what they're doing, and they're winning this race. They're winning this war by telling us anything and us receiving what they're telling us. Some individuals may delay seeking care due to a fear of receiving a serious diagnosis, like cancer, fear of a specific treatment side effects, or a fear of being stigmatized for their illness. Yeah. Anytime we go to the doctor, y'all give us bad news. Most of that is false. You're lying, you're liars. A lot of y'all took that first diagnosis as true, went through chemotherapy, and it killed you. It killed your loved ones. They're getting away with legal murdering. They're getting away with legal murder. Legal murder. They're getting away with it. They probably be the reason why I'm talking about you racist motherfuckers out there. The government too. Y'all the main ones. Y'all probably be the reason why most African Americans, did you know that African American girls are being kidnapped the most? We are the most abducted. We ain't talking about from pain. We talking about not seen again. You know how you hear the Amber Alert and it's the dad or the mom took the baby? No. When it comes to we are the one that's being snatched and it ain't the dad or mom. It's some stranger. They're probably getting our babies and using them for lab rats. Watch your kids. The medical department is evil. A lot of them is all about the money. I don't care what you say, how you look at me, kiss my black ass. I'm telling the truth and y'all know it. Till then, this is the Activist Show. The truth hurts. Continue to tune into my show. Live Sunday Bible study. Don't forget, between 11 and 2, baby. Peace out. My subscribers, I love you. Let's see what we got here, y'all. Racist Part 2. Racist Part 3 is coming up. Continue to tune in. I need some more comments, subscribers. Come on with it.
John told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. That's why I have so many cases. Most of the world is a racist. That pushed me to become a racist. You used to make us work on a slave ship, but now you got us slaving on a day shift. We started picking cotton at the master's house, the little baby picking boxes in a warehouse. They got you thinking small, man, you never get bigger. You call them Uncle Tom, we call them house niggas. You ate crumbs from the master's tables begging for more. Now you buying that poison in our neighborhood store. John told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. The judge told me he was a racist. That's why I have so many
Shout to my boy Trail, Chosen.
Now we're in a foreign land full of hate and money. Used to have bitches that
That
could be
show
kings
that-
and queens. Now my people only see men pipes in their dreams. We were chained and beat, we were chained and drugged, but now we're chained up with dope cases and drugs. Remember 3 white supremacists on the attack that took the tip of Kingsburg Junior hate crime back. John told me he was a racist. His superiors got me on that hate list. A cop told me he was a racist. His superiors